Ruling over others is an art, and many philosophers have offered different ways to master it. However, the German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer suggested a unique approach. Playing dumb, you can achieve success and be labeled as an arrogant person. But Schopenhauer's approach is different. He explained how you can become successful and respected anywhere in the world by simply playing dumb. When Schopenhauer was 19 years old, his mother wrote him a letter, criticizing his need to always know better than others. She pointed out that his cleverness, however exceptional, was ultimately useless to the world, and that his positive qualities were often overshadowed by his constant urge to master and improve things. Beyond his control, this letter offers insight into Schopenhauer's struggles with intellectual superiority, which would later shape his philosophical reflections. He believed that pride in one's intellectual ability could elevate an individual to a higher plane of existence above the masses. However, he also recognized the potential for envy and resentment that such superiority could evoke. Let's see what playing dumb offers us. The art of surprise. One should not openly display all of one's strength, but rather appear slightly weaker so that when the critical moment arrives, one can reveal their full power to the surprise of the opponent. This strategy has been employed by many great fighters throughout history. The art of surprise, pretending to be weaker than one truly is, to mislead opponents only to act decisively at the right moment and secure victory. As Sun Tzu once said, all warfare is based on deception. Hence, when we are able to attack, we must seem unable when using our forces. We must appear inactive beyond the battlefield. This tactic is evident in our everyday lives, whether in meetings, sports, or lectures, where some individuals exhibit remarkable intelligence. They may not speak often, but they never miss a gathering. And when the crucial moment comes, they make their mark in a way that surprises everyone they are actually following. Mahatma Gandhi's advice: speak only if it improves upon the silence you're leading. Then wisdom is knowing when to speak and when to listen. There are two types of people in any setting: those who never stop talking and those who quietly listen without saying much. The former often aren't taken seriously, unless they are your bosses. Arthur Schopenhauer emphasized the same idea, that wisdom lies in knowing when to speak. You should play dumb, but not be ignorant. It's about knowing when to talk, and more importantly, when to listen. PL put this beautifully: wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools, because they have to say something by listening. You gather valuable information from everyone around you. Then, when the time comes to speak, you can offer the best idea, because you haven't missed a single detail by playing dumb. You are actually playing intelligently, letting them think they've solved their problems on their own. We are surrounded by individuals, our parents, teachers, bosses, whom we should respect at all costs. While our parents may make mistakes as they age, we should strive to guide them subtly, planting ideas in their minds so they believe these thoughts are their own. You might have seen professional athletes allowing a disabled fan to win a match, after a bit of struggle, making that person feel as if they triumph on their own. This fosters an environment of respect and dignity for everyone involved in the workplace. We often have to manage our bosses carefully. We typically play dumb to avoid making them feel wrong, as this is crucial for maintaining our jobs. We don't need Schopenhauer's wisdom to navigate this. If we care about our work, we already excel at it, as Schopenhauer stated, to play. The fool is the last resort, In order to cover the defects of others, it's essential to protect the dignity of others. We are all human and have emotions constantly correcting. People will only paint us as the bad ones in their eyes. Don't take the spotlight. Many of us crave the spotlight, which can be wonderful if we're already superstars. However, before reaching that level, it's essential to remain low-key when you're struggling. There's nothing to show off, you're simply being vulnerable. Arthur Schopenhauer elaborates on this idea, suggesting that you should act as if you don't know anything until the right moment arrives. At that point, you can make your mark and capture everyone's attention. Until then, focus on listening and absorbing knowledge, as the saying goes, to enjoy the benefits of being seen as foolish. We must be willing to appear foolish to get ahead in the Ta Ching Lioi. The ancient Chinese philosopher explores the concept of appearing weak or unassuming as a strategic approach. He suggests that true wisdom often lies in avoiding direct confrontations and refraining from displaying one's full capabilities. He states the sage wears rough clothing and holds the jewel in his heart. Similarly, Socrates employed a technique known as Socratic irony, where he pretended to be ignorant to elicit knowledge and beliefs from others, ultimately revealing inconsistencies in their thinking. His feigned ignorance served as a deliberate strategy to challenge others and engage them in deeper philosophical inquiry. As he famously stated, "I know that I know nothing." Arthur Schopenhauer observed, "A peculiar weakness in human nature. People often overthink the opinions others have of them." He remarked that upon reflection, it becomes clear that these opinions, whatever they may be, are not essential to one's happiness. It is a natural tendency for individuals to care excessively about how they are perceived by others. However, the goal should be to win people over by embodying humility rather than adopting a rude or arrogant demeanor by covering the defects of others and making them feel as though they have resolved their own challenges. You are playing the role of the intellectually foolish. In doing so, you position yourself as an underdog, ultimately earning the respect of those around music. You be kind and compassionate to others, for everyone is fighting their own battles. You may have heard people talk about their colleagues who are nothing, but show-offs those who, after any victory, flaunt their success and rub it in others' faces. Such behavior is rarely admired, and nobody likes people who act this way. Frank Lucas put this beautifully: "The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room." Arthur Schopenhauer wasn't a fan of this either. He suggested that one could win people over by playing the fool if others don't expect you to win. And then you do responding as if it's not a big deal, and simply happened by chance, will make them see you as humble. This humility can be even more impressive than the victory itself. These are my interpretations of Arthur Schopenhauer. 5 ways to win anything playing dumb.